Who's Dracula?
Isn't he a vampire? Vampire guy? Isn't he like a vampire or something? Who is Vlad Sipish? Is Romanian.
I know who Dracula is, but who is Bram Stoker?
Never heard of him.
In this movie, we will talk about who Vlad the Impaler was and how his actions inspired the book Dracula to be written. We will also discuss whether or not the book was a fair representation of the historical character. The book Dracula was written by an Irish author, Bram Stoker. It is about a lonely vampire who lives in Transylvania and torments people and sucks their blood. Many similarities between Vlad and Dracula. It is widely believed that the character in the book was based on Vlad the Impaler.
Hi there, my name is Bram Stoker, and I am the author of that fictional book I know you've all read, Dracula. Hello, my name is Vlad Sipish. Some idiot Bram Stoker bases this book on me.
My name is Dracula, and I am the vampire in the book Dracula.
Our first question is, how did Vlad's childhood and family background shape him to become someone who is both feared and respected by his people and surrounding nations?
Vlad III was born in late 1431 in the Transylvanian city of Sighisoara, where his father was in exile at the time. He had an elder brother Mircea and a younger brother Radu.
When I was 5, I was initiated into the Order of the Dragon. Props for me. Wow! The Order of the Dragon was a secret society formed by this Roman emperor in 1387. Now, only select amount of people were allowed in the society, and the only way to join in was if someone gave their membership to you.
In 1436, his father claimed the Wallachian throne by killing his dynasty rival, making Vlad the Prince of Wallachia. In 1444, at the age of just 13, young Vlad and his brother Radu were sent to Adrianople as hostages to appease the Sultan.
We were captured. My brother, being the suck-up that he is, zapped up to him and he was set free. Unfortunately for me, I was not. I was beaten. I was whipped. It was terrible.
He remained there until 1448, at which time he was released by the Turks, who supported them as their candidate for the Wallachian throne.
After being betrayed by my father and my brother, I felt such anger within.
Our second question is, who was Vlad III and which of his actions inspired Bram Stoker to write the book Dracula?
Vlad was Transylvanian, so they say that the way that the Dracula can be killed with a stake through the heart. Now that is kind of how Vlad used to kill his victims.
More than anything else, the historical Dracula is known for his inhumane cruelty. Impalement was Vlad III's preferred method of torture and execution. Impalement was and is one of the most gruesome ways of dying imaginable, as it was typically slow and painful. Although impalement was Vlad Dracula's favourite method of torture, it was by no means his only method. The list of tortures includes nails in heads, cutting off limbs, blinding, strangulation, burning, cutting off of noses and ears, mutilation of organs, scalping, skinning, exposure to the elements or wild animals, and burning alive.
He used to consume flesh and blood, and apparently they said that he had like this allergy that used to make him just lose control over it, and he just used to crave it. Now, similarities between these two characters, Vlad Sipish and Dracula. Moses, allow me to paint this picture for you. Vlad had thick, bushy eyebrows. He had quite a thin, red sort of looking face. He wasn't very tall. He was quite stocky, and he was quite a strong guy. Look, he just had a terrible appearance, really. Long nostrils, green eyes, a strong aquiline nose, quite a bit like Dracula's.
Our third question is, the book portrayed Dracula as an evil and malicious vampire. Was this a fair representation of Vlad himself?
A lot of the information that Bram Stoker had about Vlad was unreliable. Bram Stoker had heard of Vlad III from a Hungarian professor of history whom he met sometime in the period 1890 to 1897. This professor learnt about Vlad mainly from the book Cosmography, written by German historian Sebastian Munster in 1544, and also from German and Russian anti-Wallachian propaganda brochures from the 16th century. Sebastian Munster's main source was Anton Bonfini, court historian of the King of Hungary, Matthias Corvinus, who was Vlad's enemy. Encyclopaedia Britannica notes that Bonfini deliberately adapted the facts to make Matthias look good.
I can understand that the part of the story was based on me and some of the atrocities that I committed. But it all got out of hand, the vampire part. I'm obviously not a vampire. As vampires live in legends and myths all over the world. We're basically people who feed off blood. Really, I was just doing these acts of terror for the good of the countrymen of my country. My morals were in the right place. My art was in the right place.
In this movie, we have found out that there are many similarities, both physically and characteristically, between Vlad the Impaler and Dracula in Bram Stoker's book. However, it is also known that Bram's sources were slightly unreliable and biased against Vlad the Impaler, which is partially why the character Dracula became such a terrible creature. In conclusion, Bram Stoker did base the skeleton of his character on the historical man, but we must keep in mind that he was trying to write a horror story, so would have twisted some of the already biased information that he had.